So welcome back. In this video we have a program which fills an array of integers of size 20 and then shows us the elements whose index is even and the index is odd, also whose index is a multiple of 5, and shows us the elements that are multiple of 7 and the elements that are divisors of 25. So this is easy for us, so I already wrote the solution and we're going to go through it and then we will test our program. Just a note before we start, this is not the optimal solution for solving this program. I solved this case alone and this one alone, and each one I solved it alone as a separate question. Actually, they are separate questions and I decided to put them in a single video because there is not much difference between them. So first of all, I made my array and I filled it. Okay. Now the first case is when the index is even. So I'm iterating over the elements of the array. Then I'm testing if I divided by 2 gives me a remainder which is equal to 0. This means that I is even. So I'm printing this statement. So this might look a little bit ugly, but this is actually what I came up for in order for us to see the output when we test our program. So I'm printing the element itself, array sub I, and I'm printing I. Okay. Then for our second case, when I is odd, the only difference is that whenever we divide I by 2, we are testing if the remainder is different from 0. This means that I is odd. Okay. So for the next case, when I is a multiple of 5, so we'll be testing if we divide I by 5, we get a remainder equal to 0. This means that I is a multiple of 5 or 5 is a divisor of I. Okay. So the same thing for the next case, we are seeing if array sub I is a multiple of 7. So this means that whenever we divide array sub I by 7, we have to get a remainder equal to 0. And the case after that, if array sub I is a divisor of 25, so if we divide 25 by array sub I and we got a remainder equal to 0, then array sub I is going to be a divisor of 25. So let's run our program, and I'm going to fill our array from 1 up until 20. So I'm going to press enter, and here is our output. So in our first case, where I is supposed to be even, as you can see, we printed this element where I is equal to 0 and I is even, also 3 where I is equal to 2 and it is also even, and up until 19 where I is equal to 18. So this is working correctly. Regarding the second case where I is odd, as you can see, we are printing the elements whenever I is odd from 1 up until 19. This is also working. In the next case, we wanted I to be a multiple of 5. So we printed for I equals 0, I equals 5, 10 and 15. And this is a correct answer. In the next case, we wanted the element itself to be a multiple of 7. Okay, so 7 is a multiple of 7 and 14 is also a multiple of 7. And in the last case, we wanted our element to be a divisor of 25. So 1 is a divisor of 25 and also 5 is a divisor of 25. So our program is working correctly. And this is it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.